Hey everyone, hey, this is Greg. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you taking the time to join me on this mindset video, positive mindset video. You know, I've titled this video in this little whiteboard class here on why get your hopes up. Why get our hopes up? It never works out, never has in the past. It didn't work out for our uncle when he tried to open his own business, remember? Took in my thoughts, I've turned it into a wish, I turned it into a want, turned it into a wish, I've created it into a burning desire. I've gotten halfway there, but man, every time I try to go move, take action, put some effort and work in and sacrifice a little bit, I feel like I just still keep getting knocked back. Well, let me tell you, explain why that is. If this is you, and if you've seen me do this diagram before, then you probably can understand where I'm going with this. You're writing your goals down on a daily basis, once to twice a day. You're putting a little bit of effort in, taking a little bit of work, sacrificing a little bit every day to move your goal forward to victory. And you're blocking out all your negative thoughts. And with the 6,000 thoughts that come into our head a day, those negative ones that we're able to catch and recognize, we're just blocking them out. We're visually seeing it just blocked out from our mind, and we're replacing it with a vision of what our life's going to be like after we achieve our goals. And so that's a new mindset. For years, up until this point, if you're brand new with this, up until this point, you either considered yourself a realistic, or you were just like, hey, it's just not for me. Success isn't for me. Getting what I want, that's cool. People like Elon Musk, they could do it. And those other people, but heck, I'm not them. Well, you are them. We're all cut from the same cloth, and if they can do it, you can do it. That is an absolute truth. If they can do it, if they found out a way to do it, they've actually made it easier for you to take that same path and do something similar, because they have the blueprint. Just follow their path. In most cases, if they're successful and you model them and do what they do, you'll find success too. You may not find the level of success they have, because they have a lot of momentum behind them, because you're just starting, right? And they have years and years and decades of that momentum behind them. So what happens is your world is moving in an opposite direction. Your mindset is it's trying to understand what's happening. It's trying to understand that you're changing. You've made a commitment. You've made the decision that you're not going back. You're not thinking in the past. You're not dwelling on the things that hurt us or how you've hurt somebody else. You're just dropping it. You're forgiving, which means letting it go completely, and you're moving forward. But your world is still spinning in that chaotic state. So it's going in the reverse. Your arrows are going like this, because this is what you've been doing your whole life up until this point. That's all you know. And now you're stopping it. And then now you're blocking out your negative thoughts. You're taking the effort every day. You're writing your goals down, and you're doing this cycle, and it's going. And maybe your world, maybe one or two little small things start working out for you. Maybe that person in the grocery store shopping line, maybe they notice that you have a handful of things and they got a basket and they let you go in front of them. And then the next store you go to, you notice that somebody, as you were pulling up, taps on your window or points to the spot where they're leaving right up front, and you get to pull right in there. And those little things start working out. You're going, wow, that's really cool. But my big goal is not being achieved. My burning desire, I'm not getting it done. Well, think about how big the world is, the sphere of the world, and how it moves so slow we don't even notice it. But within 24 hours, it's gone one full rotation. Well, that's our world now. And now we're changing that. We're changing what we see, because we're changing our thoughts. The people that were bad influences to us, we don't see them as often. It's not that we purposely don't. We're just moving forward, and they're staying the same. And we're focusing on different areas of our life to get better and achieve those higher levels, reach our burning desires, have victory with our burning desires. So now our world starts spinning in the direction we're spinning in, just like this second ring here. But now we're going through this, and what happens? All of us, we could go stagnant, and nothing's happening. And this could go on for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 45 days, 2 months, maybe 90 days. Nothing is happening. And you keep bumping into the same roadblock over and over and over and over again. Well, what do? And then you say to yourself, why get my hopes up? You let a little bit of self-doubt creep in, and now you're questioning the whole deal. I've put so much time and effort into this, and it's just not working out. This manifestation stuff is phooey. This is a fugazi, right? This is a pile of dog poopy, right? But it's not. It actually works. Remember, just like anything in life, when you plant the seed, it's going to take a while in order to reap the harvest, okay? And the same thing happens here. If your burning desire and your goal is huge, if it's massive, it could take a while. So what can you do to get out of the funk and see more increase toward your goal every single day? Because that's what we want. Ultimately, we want the world around us moving at the same speed that we're moving at. Maybe we're just a step or two ahead of that, but we're keeping that world spinning. And over 6 months, over a year, over 2 years, over 3 years, over 4 years, over 5 years, then we'll have all that momentum behind us. And not only will we hit that goal, our mindset, we won't even be able to hold the negative thought in our head. We won't want to watch those violent movies, even though we enjoy them so much. Maybe we got to actually, and what I've had to do in the past is I've actually had to sit, and if I really wanted to see a really a good gunfight kind of movie and violent movie, I got to put myself into that mindset, if you will, to watch that and not let it creep in on the inside of me. And then when I'm done, what I do is I go watch a positive video on YouTube, or something to just quickly change my mindset back to what it was, so I'm not stewing on all those bad images. Sounds cheesy, doesn't it? It works. So now we got all that momentum moving, and now we're unstoppable. We hit our goals, we hit our other goals, and life is our oyster, right? Whatever we want to do. Our finances are right. Everything we put in front of us, where it just seems like we can't be beat. Everything we touch turns to gold. Okay, and that's eventually what will start happening. Nothing can shake you from that rock. You're a firm pillar. And so, but what happened in the meantime? What we need to do if we're getting stagnant through the course of it's going to take it while everything's changing, is here's a couple of ideas. One, you can multiply your focus and include other senses into your goal. Whatever your goals are, whatever your vision is, your burning desire, focus harder on that. Focus more vividly on it. And then include your other senses into that. And so what I mean by that is maybe instead of just visually seeing what we want in our mind's eye on that once in a lifetime, all expenses paid trip to Disneyland. By all expenses, I mean you paying for it. And you're staying at the best room in the Grand California Hotel. You're doing all the character breakfast. You're doing everything. Everything you can think of, you get to do. And you do the park hopper passes and the fast passes and everything. And that is your goal. And that is, man, that's up here. That's up here. So, and you're like, gosh, we got credit cards, we got car payments, we got college education we got to save for, we got health benefits, our 401k, mortgage, rent, utilities. How are we going to make it? Well, start including other senses. Instead of just thinking about it in your mind's eye, maybe go into the Disney store in the shopping mall. And so you're immersed in Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck all around you. Maybe you turn on your TV and go to your Disney Plus streaming and watch an old, one of those old Snow, like a Snow White or 101 Dalmatians, or one of those, original Disney movies. Maybe the whole family, they play a Disney board game, but you're incorporating it all. Another thing we could do is, when it comes to writing our goals down, if we're falling into a rut and we're writing the same thing down in the same line, the same spot every day, maybe we need to change that pattern of how we're writing it down. Or maybe we need to go and actually study our goals, our burning desires that we're writing down. And maybe we need to figure out, maybe they are truly out of alignment. We're programmed that every time we write something on the top of the page, we put the most important thing first. Number one always goes at the top. So maybe because of that conditioning, maybe you need to reorganize your goals. Maybe you need to make your goals more vivid as you write them down. Maybe you need to include more details, not how it's going to be done, of what it's going to be like once it is done. Because remember, when we write our goals down every day, we write them as if it's already been done. And so when we're telling our subconscious, when we're doing this on a repetitive basis and this information that sinks into our subconscious, we're telling our subconscious it's already been done. So our body and things start moving, our mindset starts moving in that direction. Because it's running a program that it's saying something's already been done, but yet I have no recollection of that it's been done. So it needs to fulfill that without you even thinking about it. Next thing we could do is we can increase our effort in all areas. I mean, and I'm not just talking putting more work into it, but maybe you need to put a little bit more work into it. Maybe you need to put a little bit more effort into it. Maybe you're blocking out all your negative thoughts and you think you're doing a really good job, but you know deep down there's still a little bit of self-doubt that's creeping in of, am I getting my hopes up? Am I wasting my time? Is this really going to work out? You got to have faith. You got to expect the best, and you just got to know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to work out. So maybe when we do this and we're blocking out those negative thoughts and we're replacing it with the image of what our life's going to be like after we achieve our goals, maybe we make that image more vivid. The colors are brighter. There's more activity in the picture of our mind. The sounds are louder. Maybe you can smell, the Disneyland park. I mean, I just incorporate it all. I mean, I'm visioning myself at Disneyland right now, walking down, in California Adventure, walking down the main street there and smelling like oranges from that one ride that they have where you're hovering over flight over California, if they still have that ride. So doing these three things, multiplying your focus, including all the other senses, changing your current writing pattern of your goals, and increasing your effort in all areas. Remember, it's going to take a little bit of time, but once that momentum builds up, not only will you achieve your goal, you're going to have such a huge snowball effect that you're going to achieve pretty much any goal you put in front of you. Well, I hope this helps, and gosh, if you have any questions about this that we've covered or went over, please drop me a comment and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this with a friend. If you know somebody who's going through a bad patch in their life and they maybe just need a little boost, and maybe you've talked to them all you can talk to them, and maybe them just seeing a video of a third party, somebody they don't know. Maybe you're watching, you're just like, oh my gosh, hey, check this out, and you show it to them, and maybe it helps them out and gets them through their day and gets them to, maybe they get the first parking spot at the grocery store when they pull up tonight. And maybe these little things help them, and maybe they start hitting higher levels, and it's all because you shared this with them. If we're all working together trying to achieve higher goals, the world will work with us. Thanks again. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.